when the apocalypse strikes, you're going to want tools that are tough and that can survive anything. Stick around because we're going to look at some cool stuff today. So I'm out today wandering the woods, and I found this kind of unusual spot. This is an old reservoir, and behind me is some kind of tower that used to be connected to this platform where I'm sitting on, but it's disconnected now and you can't really get over there. But this area reminds me of something out of a movie, kind of deserted, abandoned, overgrown. It makes me think of tools and gear that you're going to need when the peanut butter hits the fan. And one tool that I've really been interested in for a while and just have never gotten around to getting, finally did, is a tool from Rogan USA. This is their Mutt tool. They call it an entrenching tool. It is a multi-purpose bar that can be used for a lot of different things, from digging, prying, splitting. I think there's a lot of possibilities with this, so I brought this out in my bag today, and I want to mess around with it a little bit and see what I can do with this, because for me, when I was thinking of like my bug out bag or my get home bag, I wanted a tool that I could do a lot of different things with, and one thing was prying stuff open, but a pry bar is kind of just a pry bar, and I wanted something that was more multi-purpose and not so conspicuous. This is a little bit more inconspicuous, and this thing is definitely a beast. You can see how thick that is. You can see the chisel tip on it. There are markings on it for measurement. You can also get this in centimeters, I believe, but this one came with inches. That's what I asked for. It does come with paracord to wrap the handle, and that's what I did. There's even an instruction sheet that shows you how to do it. It's pretty easy. It's just a standard kind of whipping technique for whipping a tool handle. So lace that up on there, plenty of paracord to get that done, and gives it a nice purchase. But also what I like about this so far is just the size. It's not overly big, it's not overly heavy, it doesn't take up a lot of room in my pack. In fact, I'm carrying it today in this old bag that I have, and it fits perfectly down the side pocket right there, and it's not in the way. I don't need a really big tool to do the tasks that I'm looking for. So if I couple this with my Leatherman or any other kind of multi-tool, it's going to give me a lot of possibilities for different tasks that you may face when you're out trying to survive. think I'd like to see this edge sharpened up more and the chisel sharpened up more. And I think I know probably a guy that I know pretty well who's a knife maker who can probably do that for me. But it could definitely would make this tool even more useful if there was more of a chisel to it. And it doesn't have to be super sharp, not like paper cutting sharp, but just for gouging, it's not doing that task real well. But I don't think that's really what it's designed for. But I think that would make it even more useful if I did that to it. If I sharpen that up a little bit, because then you could do some push planing kind of cuts with it. It's definitely going to do, I think, pretty good. Maybe for scrapings, yeah. So if you needed to scrape some stuff off to get finer scrapings for a fire or to remove bark, it's doing pretty good for that, but I think a little bit more of an edge to it would really help. And that way also you could use it for a mini chopping tool. I mean, it does all right, but it could do better. So that's one thing. I think it's what's great about this tool. It's not overly expensive, and it's made to be tough, so you don't mind customizing it to your needs. So this bag that I'm carrying today it's just an old UTG haversack. It kind of is a copy of the Maxpedition Jumbo. It's kind of my bum around scout bag. It's not particularly nice. It's dirty, it's painted, it's been dyed, and I got a lot of stuff in here, but it's kind of my definitely my go-to bag to throw in my truck and explore different areas and mess around. And I really wanted a tool like this Rogan USA Mutt tool that I could pry with, I could chop with, I could just do a variety of things with, and I think with some modifications it's going to suit my needs pretty well. It's definitely held up to just banging on it with rocks and stuff, but some of the other stuff that I carry in this kit, pretty standard stuff, but of course up front I've got some standard first aid items. I've got an eating tool, got some toilet paper from an MRE, then I got some coffee and some flavoring for water. And then of course some duct tape, always a useful item to have. Got a single wall stainless steel bottle. Super useful. And then over here, probably one of the better multi-tools, at least for me, is the Leatherman Signal. I love this thing. Of course, you've got pliers and wire cutters, but you've also got a decent knife blade with serrations and a really good saw. This actually, I was taking down some thorn bushes here a minute ago just to clear a space where I could film. Some of the more standard tools, of course, you've got a bit driver. It's reversible from standard to Phillips, and you got an awl or reamer, and then can opener, this end here actually can be used for hammering, and it works quite well, pretty effective. And the cool thing is you can also lock this out. So by flipping that switch, that locks the tool from opening. And then you've got a built-in ferro rod, which I really don't care for because it's awfully small. And then a scraper, and I think there's a whistle in here as well. So they're all pretty tiny. I guess this would be an extreme backup. Actually, the whistle's down in this component, but it'd be an extreme backup. I probably would never use this to get a fire going, but it's there if I need it. But yeah, I love the Signal. Just a fantastic tool to have in your bag. And in the inside of the bag, I want to have some kind of metal container to cook in, so I just carry a stainless steel military canteen cup, and then I got a lid for that. And then in here, basically just some various items that I would need to start a fire, purify water. There's a signal mirror, there's some braided wire for repairs, there is some Kevlar cord for sewing up something, and then there is a military saw, wire saw. And then a ferro rod right there. It's a nice little kit. You don't need a lot of stuff to get a fire going or to purify water. You don't need a whole bunch of gear. And then I got my old German issue S-bit stove. And of course, no kit would be complete without 550 cord. And then the Petzl E light. Fantastic little headlamp with red light capability. I also have this little grill. I haven't really used it yet, but what I'm thinking is I want to take that EOD tool and dig a Dakota fire hole, and I could throw this on top, and I could throw my canteen cup on top of that. So that's kind of the thinking of what I want to do with it eventually. This all fits in that main compartment. Got a signal panel. These are no longer made, so I really can't tell you where to get one at, but a small signal panel. Some bank line. Very cool little survival manual that you can pick up from ACW Tactical. These on their website right now. They just printed a bunch of new ones. This is a very cool little manual that has a lot of different stuff, including first aid, CPR, how to fold a flag. That's kind of cool. Flag etiquette, how to jump a battery on a car. We got different measurement tools, how to make a Swiss seat, how to use a bandana. We got field guide for plants, just all kinds of general knowledge that can be really useful in your bug out bag. And then it also comes with a small magnifying tool. So you got a Fresnel lens, but also you can use it for magnifying a map and reading. And then back here, there are some measurements, some more reference. So it's just a nice little manual, and it's not very expensive. I want to say it's under $10. And I just throw this in a plastic bag, and then I've got, to supplement that, I've got my my knot tying cards, which is always, even if I'm not referring to it how to do it, because I should know how to do these already, it's a good exercise when you're just sitting around in camp or something and you want to practice, or have someone that you're teaching, you want to show them how to use or how to tie knots. So you got a card that actually helps you do that. So that's the Pro Knot card. And then I've got my little red light. I've shown this in several videos before. I put these in a lot of my kits. This is from Col Survival Supply. And of course it also turns into a little mini glow stick, Great for map reading at night. And then I've got this mini compass. I got this from Bushcraft Outfitters. I'll have a link down below for that. Just a fantastic little pocket tool. And a little whistle. I think I got that from 5 Col as well. It goes with that. And then, of course, Essie Knives Write and Rain notebook with reference cards and grid readers for map reading. And then Write and Rain pen and a pencil. A little O-light as a backup. So I always got multiple ways to have light. In case one light goes out, I've got another one. And then on the outside of the pack here, I've got this first aid pouch from the military, and this has a military cravat in it. And of course, a cravat is basically a triangular bandage or bandana, but I can do a lot of things with this. Of course, you know, head covering, neck covering, face covering, slings, tying up bandages, stopping bleeding. So it's a multi-purpose item, and it's disposable in my mind. I'm not worried about keeping this. If I use it or get it bloody, I can throw it away. I think overall I'm really happy with this tool. It's just, it really fills a niche in my bag. I don't have to pry things open with my knife, which is going to damage the tip. It's going to ruin it. It's going to ruin the cutting edge. This is a dedicated pry bar that can also be used for chipping away at concrete and stone, prying open doors, metal, digging holes. Just has a lot of capabilities, and because of the size, it's not overly conspicuous. You can put this in your front pocket or your BDU pocket, and of course it packs down in that small bag that I'm carrying today, no problem. And nice Kydex sheath that you can adjust the tension. Holds the tool in there really well. You got some different mounting options. I think there's even, when you buy this online, you can ask for a clip to go with it, and that's a little bit extra, but that comes with it. So overall, fantastic tool. Mount that to your strap, your backpack, your go bag, your get home bag. But I'm definitely gonna be using this more in the field. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. That helps a lot too. And then please check out the Facebook group. We just hit 4,000 members today. And also check out preparedwanderer.com for articles, link to the store, and also link to the videos. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Prepared Wanderer.